Thanks for staying with us. All right, the mission of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP, works to ensure the education, social, political, and economic equality of rights to everyone and to eliminate race-based discrimination. So very important. And here to tell us more is Abdul and Mohammed, right?
Abdul Mohammed, yes.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the NAACP.
Well, the NAACP was founded back in February 12th, 1909,
Wow.
so 110 years ago.
Ooh.
And it was founded to actually make it better and take down roadblocks, eliminate discrimination for all people.
Sure.
And I think that's why we're so engaged and excited about the NAACP even today, 110 years later, because it's about all of us and how do we break down barriers.
A lot of people may not realize it's been around that long.
Right.
The
Yeah,
history is rich.
Absolutely, absolutely. The history is rich. There's been a lot of people that have come through that 110 years that have made a huge difference on the life of a lot of Americans throughout that time period. So again, here in Lexington, Adrian and I continue to be highly engaged with the NAACP. Adrian has actually been engaged a lot longer than I have. Myself, it's been a couple years. But
You're saying he's older than you?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not
Okay.
saying that.
All
I'm
right.
just,
I want to make sure.
yes.
Based on kids, I might.
Oh, okay.
Quadruple the amount of kids.
So what is the objective of the Kentucky NAACP? What do you all do?
So we are highly focused on a lot of different things, from criminal justice to education, housing and economic development. We have a whole list of different things that we're engaged around, veteran affairs and so forth. But ultimately it boils down to is how do we help make it where people have the ability to engage in those different spaces and not be held back because of the color of their skin.
Right.
Right? So how do we educate people to use the resources that are available and then be resourceful at the same time?
You talk about that being your main objective, which is so, so important. What are the main issues that you deal with most in Central Kentucky?
Adrian, would you like to?
Yeah, so when we think about the mission, you have the education, social, economic, and political spheres. And that's the way our standing committees are organized to attack and really focus and hone in on each one of those issues. So for instance, right now we're in the middle of a General Assembly session in Frankfort. Restoration of voting rights is a huge issue that doesn't just affect minorities, but all people, right? 26% though of African Americans in Kentucky are disenfranchised. They can't vote. And statistics show that if you can't vote, then you're more likely to recidivate and go back into jail. So why on earth, once somebody's completed their sentence, will we not restore their voting rights?
Sure.
Kentucky is one of only 2 states left in the nation that doesn't do that. So those are one of the things that we are really engaged currently in Frankfurt to fix. Educational sphere. President Mohammed is also the chairman of the Equity Council for the School Board, highly engaged with education in the school system. We were plugged in when we hired the new superintendent. They engaged us around that. So basically anything that affects civil rights. We are the largest civil rights organization in the nation. Anything that affects civil rights, not just for minorities, but for all people. Fairness ordinances, we've advocated for that, the minimum wage increase. So we stay
very
busy.
important, the
Yes,
work that you're
it's-
doing. And I love that you focus on education, because you find that most people just don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it's all about the education, and I'm glad to see you, like Amber says, that you all are getting the word out there. So when is the meetings and how can people come to meetings?
Yeah, so we meet on every second Monday of the month, 6 o'clock at the Charles Young Center, right on 3rd Street in Lexington, Kentucky. To get engaged, you can become a member. It's only $30.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, it's $30 a year to be
Yeah,
a
that's
member.
great.
But more importantly than that $30 is the ability to give your time, right? Give your time back to the community in which we're engaged in, right? And try to find ways to lift the boat for all of us.
Right. Well,
So very important,
Yeah.
the work you're doing. Thank you so much for being here. And I have to apologize because when I introduced,
okay.
I did not say
No, it's
Adrian.
okay, it's fine.
I knew that, so it's Adrian and Mohammed. Thank you again. It is, education is just so crucial for change,
Yes.
and you're putting in the time to make this happen. So thank you for all that you do.
Yes.
Check out their website, go online, go attend a meeting. become engaged in your community, make that change.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
being here.
Thank you all.
Thank
for
you guys
what
so
you do.
much. Thank you.
No, we appreciate you being here. You're going to stay. All right.